what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And then
I
the
think
Lions, same thing.
I think a lot of these offensive coordinators, like they tend to just get in their, or these play calls, they tend to get in their ego and feel like, okay, like I need to be able to call like this. I need to make this brilliant play call just to show how much of a genius I am. So they get in their ego, and I think sometimes even Lamar himself, I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to prove to everybody, hey, like I'm not just a running quarterback. But at the same time, in the playoffs, that's not the time to do that. You got to do whatever it takes to win, whether you got to run or pass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind running with my quarterback in Madden. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Shoot, if I gotta break the pocket to make a pass, or hey, just get the first down, I don't care. But I don't know. I wish I feel you, Randall. I think it was a little bit of both. I think it's you got those offensive coordinators, but also you got Lamar trying to prove to people it's like, bro, we like you for what you do because nobody else can really do it like that.
Yeah.
But
going back to the points that you brought up, Ben, very good points to look out for in the Super Bowl. It's definitely going to be something that I don't think should be ignored, and by either teams. So yeah, I'm definitely another reason to look forward to this quality matchup here. So Randall, you got a key point to lay on us?
Well, mainly, I think the difference is going to be, can Brock Purdy make enough plays against this Kansas City defense? Because Kansas City's defense, especially their defensive backs, they're known to get physical and they're known to attack. They're known to wrap up and tackle. And it's going to be interesting to see L'Jarius Sneed go up against Deebo Samuel and see like who's going to out physical each other in that matchup. Because L'Jarius Sneed, like he's had success in the playoffs going up against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in the wild card round. And he went up against Diggs in the second round, and Diggs had a very quiet game. And then Zay Flowers and Odell Beckham, neither of them had big days last week. So there's been a consistent theme of Snead and the Kansas City DB shutting them down, the receivers on the outside. So it'll be interesting to see how they match up against Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. And also they have some good linebackers with Willie Gay and Nick Bolton. Both of those guys matching up against George Kittle. So that's going to be, I think, one of the main key matchups, seeing if Kansas City can neutralize the weapons that San Francisco has on offense.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel like this Super Bowl is more a defensive show compared to others. At least I think. Both teams have quality defenses. I think it's going to be tough for the usual offense to like get things going, especially in this environment. So yeah, we'll see how.
You feel like both quarterbacks are going to be like game managers, like something like that, and really the game's going to come down to who makes the least mistakes?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just what I think.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's probably going to come down to who's going to start faster, because I don't think either team wants to play behind.
That's true.
Okay.
And I think if the Chiefs can come out and go up 14 points,
who gets punched in the mouth first?
Yeah, it could be an ugly day for the 49ers.
That's true. Momentum, like quick momentum, is definitely important in a game like this. So that's a good point right there. Hamilton, what you got? What's your key point for the Super Bowl?
I'm trying to figure out which is the bigger storyline. Is it Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, getting to the big dance, knocking off who a lot of people consider the GOAT or soon to be the GOAT? Or is it Patrick Mahomes, the guy who people have as the GOAT or soon to be the GOAT, having a weak team or a subpar offensive team, going through the gauntlet, knocking out these quarterbacks, and winning his third Super Bowl in 5 years? And then getting closer to Brady. So that's probably the two biggest takeaways I'm thinking of the Super Bowl. As far as X's and O's go, I think that both teams have to rely on the running game, going to the play action. I also think it's going to come down to defense. Both defenses are going to play really well. I think that for me, it looks like it's going to come down to who can make the least amount of mistakes. And then, like you guys said, who can get punched in the mouth the fastest, who can come out, score points. Also, who can be rattled. If the Kansas City Chiefs are dropping balls and, Patrick's out there running for his life and, he's not looking like we're accustomed to seeing him, or he's looking like how he was a couple times this season. The 49ers can get them. On the flip side, if Brock Purdy's looking like how he was looking against the Ravens and just, throwing picks, being uncharacteristic, then at the same time, the Chiefs can get them. I also want to throw in the Kyle Shanahan, because I forgot who said it, but maybe a few guys said it tonight. He got to win the game. I mean, how long are you going to be the coach? Like, I get I know he's not like on the hot seat or nothing, but like, it's like his legacy's on the line at this point. You know what I'm saying? You already kind of known for like the 28-3, but like you're also known for like losing a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl, like when you were the head coach. You're also known for getting ran up on by the Rams, who you beat twice in the regular season that year. I'm happy about that. But for the legacy of Kyle Shanahan, I'm sure he's not. So yeah, last year was a pass. We get it. A freak of nature accident happened. They lost their quarterbacks. That's crazy. But you got to get it done. I mean, if it's not now, then when? You know what I'm saying? These guys aren't going to get more healthier. You're dealing with guys that are either in their prime or probably close to being out of it. You got to do it now. If you ask me, I think his legacy's on the line. I think a lot's riding on the 49ers. So, yeah.
Only going to get so many chances.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
You know what it reminds me of is Levy for the Bills. He was in 4 straight Super Bowls in the 90s, and he lost all 4 in a row. So if Shanahan does that, because I mean Marv Levy, you don't look at that, you don't look at his name like, hey, this guy is one of the best coaches of all time. Which I mean, if he wins a couple of those games, you could easily say that. But I mean, when you got that guy, I don't know if Shanahan goes out there and loses again. I mean, I don't know. That's just not.
It's not a good look.
To be remembered,
Yeah. I think it's cutting it close, honestly, for him. Like it's like 0-3 in the Super Bowl, something like that. Like just it's not good. Like
he's got to win the game. I mean, what are you gonna be 0 in this era? In the social media era? You gonna be 0-3 in the Super Bowl? Nah, it's gonna be worse than the Bills coach. You know what I'm saying? We remember the name, but we weren't flaming the guy. We weren't around for that. This social media era is different. You will always be remembered as the dude who could not win the Super Bowl, or be remembered as the dude who was up in the Super Bowl and blew it every single time. Which I don't know which one is worse, but he got to win the game. His legacy's on the line more than anybody else. Like I said, unless Brock Purdy just he has to have that meltdown he had against the Ravens for me to look at Brock Purdy and be like, okay, bro, it was on you. That's the only way I can really look at Brock Purdy. He's going up against Patrick Mahomes, who just beat Lamar Jackson, the MVP, who just beat Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying, who had a resurgence of a season. Jack, you was right. I was wrong. I give it to you. You was absolutely right. I'm not gonna argue that no more. And then he beat Tua, who I was rooting for Tua, thinking he was gonna be the guy this year. So he's going up against Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh well, Brock Purdy, his career. Nah, if anything, if he plays decently, or at least doesn't mess it up. Like if Debo drops the pass, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the pass is in his hands type stuff. I'm not gonna hate on Brock Purdy. I can't do that. The only person I can really look at is Kyle Shanahan, because we know Patrick Mahomes gonna be back. And what we gonna say if Patrick Mahomes lose, or the Kansas City Chiefs lose? The receivers didn't get it done, or the 40 seriously, right? Because receivers didn't get it done, or the 49ers are like, this was just their year. They had to win. You know what I'm saying? And we all know Patrick Mahomes is going to be back one way or another. So I really feel like all the pressure is really on Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, it's a good.
Take it from the Chiefs. They're just trying to go back to back and defend their crown.
You know what I'm saying? They already won the championship. You know what I mean? Like, Patrick Mahomes playing with house money.
Hell yeah, man. Shit, I totally agree with you there, Han. Shanahan, if you're Kyle Shanahan, this is a must-win for sure. One key element I've been looking into Stacey, you mind mute yourself, please? So here I go. Sorry. All right. One key point I've been looking forward to in this Super Bowl is the defense. Like I mentioned a few times earlier, I think. Compared to watching Jackie brought up earlier with the championship game with the Lions and the Niners, I remember watching that first half of that game where the Niners, they let them score 24 in that half, something like that. And I noticed the defense was playing more conservative. where it's just like, and not a lot of pressure was being put on the quarterback. I'm just like, it's not really going to work when you're playing the Chiefs. Like I feel like if you're playing the Chiefs, you got to put a lot more pressure. You got to be more aggressive on the line, especially with given the receiver core the Chiefs have. You got to put someone on Kelsey, on Mahomes, spying him. I think just Steve Wilkes has to implement a more aggressive defensive plan, and I'm looking forward to see how he adapts to that over 2 weeks rest to prepare for this. Same thing goes with the Chiefs, honestly. Their defense has been on fire too. Niners offense, that's been proven it's not tough to guard, or it's tough to guard. And and then their cornerbacks, they've been like Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed, they've been locked down all year. It's crazy how I think L'Jarius Sneed was like a 3rd or 4th round pick, something like that. But I think defense is definitely going to be a vital part for both teams. I think more so on the Niners, just because they're going up against Mahomes and a more diabolical threat, I think. And like someone said, I don't know, one of you said earlier, establishing momentum early, whether that be on offense or defense or both, special teams even. I think that's also a key element into winning the Super Bowl this year. So a lot more to look forward to, I think, compared to others. Thank you for tuning in our Super Bowl edition episode with all of our guests joining in today. We thank you guys once again for joining. I'm your host, Young and You. You can find me on Instagram at YUNG_N.U. And don't forget to follow our Zone Emcees account at Zone Emcees, all in one word, on Instagram and YouTube as well.
Hamilton James, you can find me on Instagram at Hennessy Ham. Also can find me on Instagram at VOAW818. I'm following everyone back on that account. So if you want to talk all your smack and whatever you got to say, either catch me on there or catch us on our Zone Emcees Instagram, because I'm coming for you. Ben, you want to give your socials?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm Ben Rosler. My Instagram is MainStageBen. That's really like the only social media I got.
My name is Jack Strauss. You can find me on Instagram under my name, just Jack Strauss. I'm pretty easy to find. So
there you go, Jack Strauss. Stacy?
On all social media, where the major ones, you can find me at SC the Second. That's SC the Second. And also Instagram at X Stacy Owns Sports.
Randall Hamilton, the Instagram page is at ran_Hamilton. That's RAN_HIMILTON. And I also write for the Valley Sports Telegram. So the Valley Sports Telegram's Instagram page is at VST_media, VST_media, and check out the article. I just check out the articles. I'll be posting articles, usually it's not every week, once every other week, once or 2 times a week. So check out my articles on that page.
Hell yeah, go check out my boys, see what they've been on. We thank you once again for tuning in our Super Bowl edition, our first ever Super Bowl episode, actually. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.